responded to all of the horrible claims that Atsu is making against him, or at least insinuating people to believe, and essentially making a lot of people believe that Zy0x did some horrible acts. I heard that Zy0x has weighed in, but I just want to make sure that everything was cleared up. I know a lot of people like to go easier on Zy0x when, talking about proof. And I know Zy0x is very hesitant and won't get on Discord calls with people who are actually there to like debate what his intentions are. But I do want to just give him the benefit of the doubt, go in unbiased, and let's just get to the bottom of this on what he thinks happened versus what Atsu happened, because I'll be real, what Atsu said is career damning. I know people said that he made a good response, but I just want to double check to make sure he's not getting special preferential treatment, and he provided proof of what he was saying.
You know, like, I get that they're like on my side, but like, brother, if it's nothing serious, why do I have to be serious? Like, I'm gonna be serious because it's worded. This is my main issue with this.
Okay, so the thing is, Zy0x, it is very serious. And I understand that you're young, and I understand that you get it. And there's clearly something off about Zy0x's normal behavior. Maybe he just has ADHD or something, but yeah. Bro seems coked up. He's obviously not. He's obviously not. But bro seems like a little ADHD baby, right? So sometimes we got to put on our grown-up pants, and we can't just go mint-picking in Genshin Impact. And when somebody accuses you of something this serious, especially that has over 21 million views, Zy0x, you should probably be a little bit concerned with what someone's doing to your reputation. Now, it's different if you want to ignore this, if it's like 1 viewer, 10 viewers, 100, even 1,000 viewers. But like, there was a document with over 21 million views of a guy accusing you of some very serious shit that has repercussions for the entire community as a whole. And I understand that you might want to feign ignorance, and I understand that you might want to keep this little happy-go-lucky persona. But the thing is, this is really scary shit, and a lot of people are looking to you for a response, right? Because that's kind of what you have to do as a grown-up content creator, okay? So I think you're 21, 22. It's time to be a grown-up, okay?
Okay, well, I'll scroll to my part later. But it's worded in a way that makes it seem very serious.
Yes, of course.
When it's shit that's very, like, resolved privately 2 years ago, it's, you know, it's nothing that should be talked about right now. I will talk about it. I'm going to give you guys full context because you deserve to know about it, given that it's a thing now. But it's like, it went from being about, hey, like, this person might feel bad, to oh, well, this is like, fight for the public opinion now. It's worded so fucked up. Yeah, dude, it looks bad. I was talking to people about this. It made it seem like I like fucking assaulted someone.
It really did. And I'm glad that now it seems like he's starting to understand how horrible this is, because here are the two scenarios. Either once again, it's reinforced the fact that Atsu is a horrible, manipulative, deranged human being, doesn't understand the power of his words and the influence he has on public opinion and other people, or Zy0x did something absolutely horrible and needs to be reprimanded. And we're currently going to attempt to get further to the narrative of what exactly happened here.
Bro, do you know what? Do you want to know what it is? Do you want to know what it is? It's literally, I literally invited someone, and then, okay, let me, oh my God, okay, let me get
show
it,
man.
Also, I have to say, this is a big disclaimer, like, make sure to listen to this part.
Yeah.
Before I talk about what I'm angry about, or what, I don't want to be angry, but what I'm bothered by.
Okay. So here's the thing, Zy0x. You are absolutely allowed to be angry. You are absolutely allowed to be resentful, okay? Because this is a guy who quite literally came after your career, because saying shit like this, so vague, so incriminating. You have every right to be upset, and I think Zy0x needs to understand that. And Zy0x, once again, I understand that you most likely don't want to talk to me because I hate your best fucking friend. But here's the other thing you got to understand. You're not that guy, okay? And I don't hold you accountable for being friends with that guy, at least not any longer, okay? That part's far behind me. I do think Zy0x and I should talk at some point in the near future.
I have to say, this is a very important disclaimer. I do genuinely feel bad for Atsu. I think he's been through a lot of shit. I think a lot of stuff that's happened is unfair to a lot of different people. I'm glad.
Like what?
He's still with us. I think there's a lot of fucked up things that have happened. Okay.
Like what?
Okay. This is like fully true. And I also think that he worded this in a very emotional state. I've had a lot of friends that have been suicidal and or depressed. I've been in dark places. I get it. And I you know, that's fucked. And I don't want people to bully people for that. However, because...
Okay, so... this is another example of why Zy0x should really not talk about these issues without preparing for it, and he should have taken this a little bit more seriously. Rather than just say, Atsu's been through a lot of fucked up shit, he needs to also disclaim the fact that Atsu has also done a lot of fucked up shit and exactly what those events are. Because when you leave room for interpretation, that's going to cause speculation. The exact same thing that you were upset at him for doing, Zy0x, you yourself just did, which can cause more over-sympathy for a scenario versus a guy who deserves no sympathy, right? And that's just how it goes. So you need to be very careful with your words. This is why you should have taken it more seriously.
He was, I believe, he was in an emotional state. I'm going to pause my Spotify. I think it caused him to word things incorrectly. Fang, don't say me. I think he worded things incorrectly, or at least in a way that makes things seem significantly worse than they are.
I disagree. I think this was all premeditated. I think this was all intentional due to the fact that his previous documents were also proofread by Dish herself. I think he thought over this long and hard. I think he checked every single fucking word, and I think he did everything for a very specific reason. And to that point, there's very little grammatical errors, there's very little spelling mistakes, and everything is properly structured. I think everything here is entirely intentional. I think you are overlooking this, and I think you're giving him the benefit of the doubt when you should not.
And I mean, I know I was there, and also like when he was talking about it, like I watched this, well, I didn't watch the stream, but my editor was like, yo, you should watch the stream. So I watched
Actually, I believe there was actual proof. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Was there proof that Dish looked over this document? Was that a thing, or was that the previous document? Does anybody remember? I know Dish looked over a document, but I'm not sure if it was this document. I believe it was the previous one. So, but we'll see. I don't want to put any speculation, but I know he has in the past used other people to look over his document. I would be very surprised if he did not have somebody look over this one as well. I think everything in this document was very intentional.
Like, he was talking about it like, oh, I wasn't there, but, and then Brax was talking about it, he was like, or Brax tweeted about, or like, I talked to Brax, like, I'm not like flaming him, but like, he like posted, wait, what the fuck? Oh yeah. He posted stories like, oh, I wasn't, wait, what the fuck? Did he change the document?
No.
Oh yeah, he moved it, whatever. He was like, I wasn't there, but, and it's like, bro, do you know who was there? Me! Why are you guys talking? I'm sorry. Well, actually, I heard a rumor, and then they like exaggerate it. It's not even close to what it is. It's like, bro, like, no disrespect, genuinely, no disrespect. But like, I get it. It's not easy for you.
So the other thing is, you need to take rumors a bit more seriously, because there's a lot of rumors going around in the community as well. And I'm going to try to be vague, because now I'm aware of everything that's going on due to everybody reaching out to me, and I'm currently trying to get to the bottom of this, and I'm currently trying to bring justice to a lot of the issues that are currently happening. A lot of the rumors that are happening in the Genshin community are true. And that's the issue, right? So the other rumor that was talked about for the essay, that is very true. So the problem is, Zy0x, is that when you don't take rumors seriously, you should dismantle them immediately, right? So let's continue here.
You're going through a lot, and I do feel like I genuinely feel bad, but it's also like, hello? Also, did Brax delete his first Google Doc? Because I kind of need it for something.
He deleted it, yes.
They weren't there.
He deleted it, but it's very easy to pull it up off a YouTube video.
Also, the people that were there, like, I know people that were there, and I contacted those people, like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I contacted the person involved, like, I'll get into it, but, like, he deleted it. Oh, great.
Well, once again, you gotta understand, anything that's posted on the internet is pretty much not deleted when it's anything this big. Obviously, it's very hard to pull up like 3-4-year-old Twitch clips in the bottom of everything, but I mean, you could still pull it up very easily on YouTube.
Yeah, I know what Atsu said, Chad. I'll talk about it. I don't know if I need this video or not, but I want to have it open just in case.
You don't really need it, but it's all good.
Anyways, I will start.
I can't understand why he felt like he would need it.
By clarifying.
How old is Zy0x? Do we know? The guy's 23. Let's not treat him like a baby, okay? He's 23 and he's been doing this content creating thing for quite a while. He's not a child, so let's stop treating him like a child. It's okay. He's an adult, okay? So yeah, let's just relax on the over kindness. Let's just treat him as an adult. That's all I'm asking. Treat him like a fucking adult.
I want to clarify a few things. One.
But he talks like a baby. That's because he plays Genshin Impact.
Again, he's in an emotional state, so I'm not blaming him for certain wording. Second, don't harass people. I don't care if you like them or not. Don't be a dick. I don't like the like drama farming. Oh, this guy is a fucking asshole. And then the other one's like, no, this guy should die. It's like, just, I don't care. Like, chill.
Yeah, I agree. I do think telling people that they should die are wrong. However, League of Legends all chat is League of Legends all chat, and sometimes things fucking happen. I also think that bullying should be more accepted for people who are fucking stupid, especially furries. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I feel like if people do dumb shit, they deserve people being a dick to them. But that's just my opinion. You know, we can pretend like we live in this fairy tale Mickey Mouse world, but when people act stupid, they win stupid prizes, and that's just how it goes.
But this is worded in a very serious way. It makes it seem like it's something that it's not. I have friends who are... Oh, okay, I have to be careful with my wording.
Okay, yeah, good. I
have friends who are...
I'm glad that he at least looks like he's thinking about what he's about to say. I understand he has to be careful with his wording.
Like... victims of serious things, and they're like, yo, why is this written like it's something serious? And I was like, dude, it was literally just this. And they're like,
yeah, same. Because as someone else who's been a victim in Zy0x's case of something serious, this also really freaks me the fuck out.
Oh,
once again, I have no sympathy, I have no love, I have no support for anybody who's ever essayed someone or who has done even worse things towards that. I have no sympathy. Same thing with fucking cheaters, guys. I have no sympathy for fucking cheaters. Absolutely not.
Is it worded like that? And I'm like, I don't know. And so, because this is a thing now, we have to talk about it. Okay. So, again, disclaimer, emotional state, whatever. Now, moving on.
No. You need to understand, disclaimer, a perceived and emotional state. You saying an emotional state is not an objective fact, and you should not present it as such. It's that you think, and you're giving him an out, saying, oh, he was a little bit upset, so he flicked up. Yeah, he was just a little bit eepy, so he accidentally accused me of SA. Right? You need to not give them the out. Just say what the fuck you need to say.
I don't know if I want to read this all, but I mean, I can. Like, it's fucking... He said alphabetical order, and my name is Zy0, and then an X. So I kind of fucked myself over. Now it's at the bottom. It's fine. To Zy0x. I've told you this in person, but I feel like you've matured a lot over the past 2 years. Oh, also, everything here, it's only one thing, by the way. The thing here is 2 years ago. Just so we know, and it's resolved privately, everyone moved on. Well, the 2 people moved on, because it's only 2 people. It's me and one other person. It's not like it's a big... Anyways, 2 years ago.
Okay, so let's just write this down. Event occurred 2 years ago. People involved moved on. Okay?
I've told you this in person, but I feel like you've matured a lot over the past 2 years since meeting you at NB Expo, which is like matured since then. Cool. You and I are both aware that I've gone on my way to clean up after you for a certain issue.
Which is what?
Which I don't know if I agree with, but I'll read and then we'll get into it.
Doesn't agree that Atsu cleaned up after him. Okay?
But when I found out, although he has helped, like I've talked to him, but when I found out I was getting accused by Braxphone and people behind the scenes.
Okay. Immediately flip-flops. It helped. I talked to him. Okay. All right. So that just, all right. So let's just get rid of that because, okay, he flip-flopped within the span of 3 seconds.
Saying I was protecting you over things I was completely unaware of. I was pissed. Also, for the record, I did talk to Brax. We'll get into it, but he even said here, I was just silencing people to Brax. He said, this is not true. He's not silencing anyone. Like, I made sure this wasn't true. I'm like, dude, like, and I asked, like, I talked to him. So we're cool on that front. It is admitted that it's either a lie or a misunderstanding. I'm not going to say lie. I don't want to cause shit. Misunderstanding. Cool.
Okay. I would love if he were to have shown proof of that he talked to Brax. I'll be talking to Brax later just to get a confirmation. So let me write in my notes, ask Brax about if they talked. Okay.
I told you recently face-to-face in LA that he seemingly had dirt on you. And your reaction to this information was extremely disappointing to me.
Okay.
Do you know how this conversation went?
Sure.
Okay, to be fair, I'm going to take ownership. I think
He doesn't want to show DMs. I think showing DMs is fine when you're accused of something this serious. Because Zy0x needs to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that this, if he can, that this isn't true. Because I just feel so bad for the guy. Right? Because you got to understand, guys. You got to understand. As a victim of SA myself, it's very serious. However, people who falsely accuse that are fucking horrible. Because that is career ruining. Because it's very difficult to disprove that once it's out in the air. It's a horrifying thing to be accused of. What's SA? Sexual assault. It's a horrifying thing to be say, okay, well now just disprove it. It's very, very, very difficult. It's very difficult. That's why hopefully, you know, when people talk about something that serious, hopefully they, you know, are telling the truth. But it's very hard to talk about.
Fucked up a bit for something, but it literally was like, oh yeah, these people are...
TBH, he doesn't have to prove anything though. There's no evidence against him. That's not how it works. I agree. I do agree that proof is in the responsibility of the accuser. I 1,000,000% agree. However, when it comes to SA or rape allegations, the internet doesn't treat it that way, right? And so you have to understand, like, I understand how the law works, but the internet doesn't treat it that way, right? And they think, okay, well, I heard this on the internet, and I'm going to just believe it immediately. And that's the thing that really fucking sucks, right? He explained more than he should. Okay, let's keep going here.
Spreading rumors about you. Am I supposed to be happy? I was mad. Yeah, I was mad. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is... Okay, well, I wasn't mad. It was more so... Let me word this carefully.
I don't know why Zy0x is so against being mad, and it's just kind of weird at this point. It's fine if he's mad, but I agree if someone to come to you and accuse you of something this jarring, that you would be normal to have an emotional response.
It's like, if these rumors are... Like, if it's something that's true or relevant, I would want to know about it and make it right. Like, I would want to know what it is. I would want to do better, whatever. But if it's something that's, like, either wrong or just, like, very exaggerated of something that's, like, irrelevant, then it's naturally gonna warrant, like, okay, what, like, he literally was just like, oh, he has dirt on you. He was referencing you. It was, like, very vague. Like, what is it? That's why he's like, oh.
And I want to make it very clear, as much as I'm trying to be unbiased here, I am biased towards Zy0x for this scenario because I believe this is Atsu once again not understanding the weight of his word and not understanding the power dynamic he has and how much control he has over the space. But I'm trying very hard to keep it fair.
Is it X? Is it Y? I was asking like a million questions because, like, what is it? Who's saying this? Why are they saying this? Like, what is it about? Like, because I don't... If someone comes up to you like, this person has dirt on you, are you not going to be like, what is it? Who is it? Like, can I talk to someone? Is it okay? Do I have to make it up? Like, do I have to apologize? Do I have to, like, I want to know what the fuck it is. But
absolutely. Very fair.
You repeatedly emphasize how you would never side with me publicly regarding drama. This I low-key regret saying, but I don't. I'll talk about it. Yet you wanted me to clarify things and...
Okay, let's make sure he did talk about it. Zy0x said he would explain why he would never publicly side with Atsu. Okay, I'm hoping he has the explanation.
Relay information to you. It felt like a slap in the face. X, Y, Z. I don't know, and I'm not your messenger. This was like insult to injury. I already know very well you care deeply about your public image, and you try to avoid all forms of drama, and I never expected you or ever asked you to side with me publicly at all. Your comments were unnecessary. Okay.
Okay.
Do you know why I don't do drama?
Why?
My viewership is probably going to peak today. I could farm drama all day, but that's not who I am. I just want to play games and have fun. A lot of people try to drag you into drama. A lot of people try to farm it, and I respect the drama farmers. You know, good for you. I've been on a thumbnail of a lot of videos. You know, I have. I mean, shout out. I mean, you know, we shout out. It is what it is. And like,
so let's check that real quick. So Zy0x is claiming he's been on the thumbnail of a lot of videos, of drama videos. All right, this is your own channel, 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 your own channel. Yeah, I don't really understand why Zy0x thinks he gets drama farmed so much. I'll be real, he'll be on the thumbnail of this video 100% because it's about him. But the problem with Zy0x, and once again, he's putting out this false narrative of people saying if you farm drama, you get increased viewership. But you have to understand that type of viewership is only temporary and it won't last unless you are able to significantly prove that the drama is false or provide an insight that other people aren't doing, right? Drama farming is incredibly high skill cap because it's very sensitive information, right? The reason Zy0x, where you could also, and let's just be real, I guarantee if you were to make a drama video, it would have a lot less views than one of your guys, okay? Zy0x, you are the guide guy, right? So let's just relax on saying that drama equals infinite views. That's not how it goes. You're attempting to virtue signal, and it's very disingenuous. He's continuously done this throughout his career, and he just really needs to just relax with that because he really doesn't know what he's talking about, okay? Because Zy0x, I promise you, if drama was good for your channel, then what the fuck happened to Enviosity and Atsu? Let's just relax, okay? Drama is very dangerous and should be handled very carefully.
That's fine. That's cool. But it's not my type of content. And I'm going to go as far as saying I don't like that type of content. I think some of it's fine. Some of it's disingenuous. It's not what I do. Okay? This is not what I do. And he knows that. Everyone knows that. It's not a secret.
Zy0x has also gone on record saying he does actively enjoy drama when it's not about himself. Once again, I don't have the clip of that. I'm sure somebody does, but I won't hold that against him. But I do know that once again, he's just attempting to. He's a little bit upset, so he just wants to say drama sucks for his chat. I totally get why he's saying that.
It's not like, oh, fuck, like, oh, your public image. It's like, yeah, I don't want to be seen as like a bad person or like, it's also like, if I make a mistake, I want to know, I want to own up to it, and I want to make sure that whoever's involved feels okay. Like, I want to resolve it like a normal human, not like, oh, well, let's just air this shit out publicly. Like, anyways, let's keep talking. I don't want anything to do with whatever skeletons you may or may not have in your closet. You need to work shit out with Brax's phone privately. And you know what's crazy? I did talk to Brax, but it's not about me and it's not about him. It's a situation where that doesn't involve it. It's not like, this is why it's like, oh, you have to resolve it with him. It's like, well, if he's spreading rumors, again, I'm not going to accuse anyone. I'm not going to say he was or wasn't. If he was, that's fucked, but why? And if it's like, if what the situation's about, we'll talk about, it's not about him. It's also not about, it's about a person. And that person, like, is who should matter. Anyways, from my understanding, neither of you have made...
So the situation isn't about him. It's not about Brax. It's about a person who... okay, let me rewind that. I'm trying to understand what the fuck he's even saying here.
Well, if he's spreading rumors, again, I'm not going to accuse anyone. I'm not going to say he was or wasn't. If he was, that's fucked, but why? And if it's like, if what the situation's about, we'll talk about, it's not about him. It's also not about, it's about a person. And that person, like, is who should matter. Anyways.
Okay, so the situation isn't about Zy0x, it's about Brax, it's about another person, and that's the person who should matter. I don't really understand what he means by that.
From my understanding, neither of you have made any efforts to contact each other over it and plan to sweep it under the rug. We didn't sweep it under the rug. I actually resolved the fucking situation. I just wasn't aware there were rumors until you told me.
That's great to hear. So let's write that down. Great. Zy0x claims he resolved it. Great.
Which is going to lead to more rumor spreading.
I actually believe him on that one, but I'm hoping he goes in further.
I hope this will prompt you guys to communicate and squash whatever this beef is. Again, no beef. Because I refuse to deal with this or take any form of responsibility for it later down the line. I am sorry for
no beef
the
with him and Brax,
but I'm generally sick of getting dragged for other people's problems.
Okay.
And that's it. Likewise, to Jake. No, I want to play OSRS, whatever.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to go in detail, but first let me say.
Okay.
We'll talk about the rumors. I think the order in which I'll do it is I'll say what happened, then I'll say what the rumor was.
Okay.
Then I'll explain that.
Okay.
And then I will conclude on talking about why I didn't defend him publicly or why I told him I wouldn't, even though he didn't expect me to.
Great. Awesome.
And then, did I write anything down? I don't think so. No, I think that's it.
Definitely should have.
Okay. I'm gonna keep this brief because it's gonna get clipped a lot out of context, so I have to make sure every word I say is accurate.
Once again, I don't do out of context things. This is why I gave him the full benefit of the doubt. That's why I went over everything. I'm not gonna go over out of context Zy0x clips. I'm not gonna go over out of context clips for other people. I get the full context every single fucking time. If you are intentionally clipping people out of context to cause issues, you are a piece of shit, and I go on record saying that. That's why I release videos that are 3 hours long. That's why I release videos that are 2 hours long. I get the full context every fucking time.
You to understand, like, at a fundamental level, that the way this is worded makes it seem like it is extremely exaggerated.
It is.
And this is my main issue.
Okay. I'm not going to agree with this exaggerated, but it does make it seem very bad. But okay, let's hear it.
It's worded like, oh, there's some shit serious that, like, oh, fuck, like that he knows about you. Do you know what happened?
Sure.
Let me paint a picture. First of all, my first like big official event I went to NYC, like kind of undercover with Yuli, like we just chilled. But then I went to Anime Expo.
Who is Yulia? What does it mean he went to NYC undercover with Yulia? Who is that? His friend? Okay. Yuli? His friend Yuli. A guy that plays Valorant? Yuli, his friend. Hold up. Let me pull it up. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I got no idea who that is. I'm gonna assume it's this dude. Their name is Yuli. They're cosplaying Zhongli. I'm going to assume that's them. But it doesn't matter at all. Well, no, the reason why it does matter is that if this guy can also echo the same sentiments, then we at least have somebody who says, yeah, this is true, right? Understanding whether you have witnesses or not is very great, especially for scenarios like this. This could be a great benefit to Zy0x, just in case people try to keep on running this name through the mud, because I want to make sure that nobody's getting accused of something they didn't fucking do, right? So it's pretty serious, guys.
And that was like my first big event. And I was with a bunch of people, and it was fun for the most part. I was a bit like dumber because it was my first time, and I've learned a lot. But here's the entire thing that happened. Okay. Okay, let me actually be serious. Here's the entire thing that happened. So there was like a house party that was happening at an Airbnb. Okay. There were people that were invited. I was just there, and it was fun and everything was cool. Then we were talking to a few people that were already there. They left to go to something, a dinner, an event, whatever. Okay. And then one of the people that I was like we were talking to, actually they said like, oh, we'll probably come back after, or we may come back after, something like that. And then I was like, they left, and then this is 2 years ago, mind you. And then I afterwards, a bit later, I was like, oh, I DM'd one other person, just only one person. I was like, by the way, are you coming back? Like, you know, like it was fun, whatever. And they were like, oh, I'd love to, but like maybe it's too late or anything. I'm like, oh, like no pressure, but if you want to come, we're still like chilling, right? Like everyone, it wasn't just me. It was like 20 people. I don't know the exact amount, but it was a lot of people. We were just chilling, big place. So they're like, okay, cool. They came over. But what happened was, this is where I'm trying to take some accountability. Okay. I think I inadvertently invited more people than I had thought because they came with their friends, and that. Okay. That's fine. Nobody's gonna guilt you for inviting a couple extra people. That's fine. All right. Okay, great. It's fine. But two things. First of all, I only invited them. Okay. And second of all, I had asked the person who organized the party. I'm like 99% sure it was Atsu, but I don't want to, like, I don't care who it was because my memory from 2 years ago is a little shit. But like, I remember asking Atsu, yo, can I invite them back? They were already here. He's like, yeah, of course. But if it wasn't Atsu, then it was like someone else. My point is just I asked the person before inviting them, but that's not the point. The point is they came over, and then that's the issue. Oh, no, wait. I'm getting there. And then, so the person came, and that was fine. But their friends, I think it was 2 or 3. I genuinely was not talking to the friends. I don't know who they are. Their friends came, but they were like a bit too drunk. Like their friends were kind of pissed drunk. The person I invited wasn't. Okay. And then those people ended up, and wait till you see the big reveal, they ended up leaving the area where the party was at, and they entered an area where like people were sleeping, and they opened a door and barged into accidentally, like they didn't mean harm. I'm not blaming them, but they were too drunk, and they opened a door where people were sleeping, and then they basically, like, everyone got kicked out. Now, to add something, I will say, when they did get kicked out, I thought it was just them. So, and the person I invited kind of felt really bad. This is where I feel bad. They felt really bad, and they were sad about it because they thought they ruined everything. They're like, shit, like, I'm friends with these people. I ruined everything. My friends ruined everything. And I felt like shit about it because, and I tried to tell them, like, no, like, you don't have to, like I said, like, you guys don't have to leave, just like the people that, whatever. But then I think the person that was in charge, I think it was us, was like, no, everyone out. So I kind of contradicted that, but, you know, my bad. But anyways, I was like, it's okay. Like, and then, like, they felt really bad. And
Okay, so inviting people over and then them accidentally busting somebody's room is fine from this perspective. I don't see anything that's even remotely lining up like this. So, okay, let's keep on hearing it.
Left, and I DM'd them. I was like, hey, I'm like, right away, I was like, hey, I'm really sorry. Like, I didn't mean to cause you any harm or make it like you didn't do anything. Like, I tried to make it clear you didn't do anything wrong. I apologize. A few hours later, the same night, they said, no, it's okay. You don't have to apologize. I was like, yes, I do. And I apologized. And then literally the next day, I reached out again and everything was fine. And since then, we've been fine. We're friends. We've been reaching out. This is 2 years ago. 2 years. It's fine. We've been friends since. We've been, you know, we talk from time to time. We're cool. I even reached out again today just to make sure, because I didn't want to go on stream and say, hey, like, we're cool. And I genuinely was like doubting myself because of how this is written. I swear to God, I was like, maybe they were uncomfortable. Like, maybe something happened. I reached out again today and they were like I reached out, they're like, wait, what do you mean there's rumors, question mark? I don't want to like say everything they said because I want to try to keep things private and not leak DMs like everyone keeps doing. But they were like, no, like, I was like, I want to make sure we're...
I think leaking DMs is fine when shit gets serious to just squash it. I know people want to say that leaking DMs is horrible, and it is in a lot of scenarios, but when it calls for it, sometimes it's necessary, and sometimes people force you in the position to where you have to do it.
Cool. And they're like, oh yeah, like, I just thought, like, I just felt bad because I felt like I ruined stuff or like whatever. And I was like, no, absolutely not. It wasn't your fault. I feel bad. I'm sorry. And they were like, no, we're cool. Again, this was solved 2 years ago privately. And there were rumors spread by, also says it was Brax. I don't know who it was. I don't care who it was. I'm not blaming people. There were rumors spread. Now it's public. Like, is this worth writing it? Like, I get you were emotional and I'm not trying to blame you. Genuinely. I get you've been through a lot.
From his perspective, if Atsu turned that into this is one of the most dangerous, unawareness, one of the most blasphemous things I've ever seen from Atsu, once again throwing his weight around, attempting to destroy another creator's reputation, and he needs to be held accountable. This is disgusting if this is all it was.
But why would you word this like it's like assault? Like,
I agree.
I really don't get it. Like, it's like, do you want... like, rumors are being spread about you and I feel bad about it. And now it's like, it's just weird. Now,
if I was Zy0x, I would never speak to Atsu again. I'll even rephrase that. If I was a member of any of his previous friends of content creators, I would never speak to him again. This is horrendously out of context. This is horrendously like... oh my God. It's disgusting that someone can be so unaware of how much weight their word has and how much danger their words can bring. Once again, unless Atsu doubles down and says, no, this is what I'm talking about, and says that Zy0x is lying. That's the only scenario. Like, this is something that now cannot be swept under the rug because this is fucking horrible that he was accused of this shit, unless Atsu has further proof that he's not just making shit up.
Talk to Brax about what the rumors were, because the rumors are a bit different than this. Okay? This isn't just, it's not just Atsu or anything. I asked what the rumors were, and he was like, oh, well, I wasn't there. And we're on the same page, me and Brax, we settled it privately. You don't have to like be weird about it. But effectively what the rumor was it's also, I checked also on his stream multiple times, said made girls feel uncomfortable. It was one person and they didn't feel uncomfortable. It was that one, it was literally one person. It was one, and I apologized like 18 times and they didn't feel uncomfortable. I literally...
See, I think Zy0x can just completely dismantle that by just having a quick call with them on stream or showing one DM saying, yeah, we're all good. You know, I feel like that could just squash everything and not let anybody have any interpretation and show once again that Atsu is just a complete manipulative, deranged piece of shit.
I checked today again. Solved 2 years ago. I checked today again. They didn't feel uncomfortable. They just felt bad because the party was kind of ruined, and I take blame for that. Like, I'm sorry about that. I genuinely am. But I don't like when they say, oh, plural, like as if I'm like weird and making people feel weird. Because if that happens, I would like to know and I would like to do better. And I do think regardless, I have gotten better. That's why he said, I feel like you've matured a lot over the past 2 years, because I have self-reflected a lot. I do feel bad, but it's not like it's made multiple like women feel, that's not that. Okay, so I talked to Brax about what like the rumors were, just to, you know, like what he heard or whatever. I don't know who is spreading it. I quite frankly don't care, but I care about what it is. And if it's real, if it's important, if it's not just important, but like if it's real, if it's true, I would like to address it. I would like to make it right. If it's serious, this ideally privately. If it has to be public, sure. But ideally I could just resolve this privately. With this, what it was is the same thing I told you guys, but allegedly, oh, well, I wasn't there, but I heard from someone who may have been there. I don't know. I wasn't there. Maybe people felt pressured to drink. Now,
okay, obviously pressuring people to drink is bad. I'm sure we'd all agree with that. I'm sure we would all agree that pressuring people to drink is bad. Let me write this down so we don't forget, because I feel like he's remained pretty consistent in everything he's saying. Zy0x alleged pressured people to drink. Just make sure we don't forget this so we can go back.
I'm gonna say again, I invited one person, and it was the main person I was like talking to. Like, it was a big group. It's not like it was just me and them. It was literally a big group. And this is where I want to word my stuff carefully.
Yeah.
I like never, again, what they felt bad about was maybe they ruined the party. And I checked in on them again to make sure. It wasn't like, oh, I didn't want to, like, the drink. It was literally just, I felt bad for ruining the party, and it wasn't their fault at all. Like, I don't blame them. In fact, I blame myself.
Okay.
But it's not like I invited someone with the intention of, like, making them, like, get drunk or anything. And that didn't even, to my knowledge, didn't happen. They just left within, it was like maybe 2 hours after, and like, that's it. It was just over. And like, okay, it kind of sucked, but like I feel bad. It kind of sucked, but it's not like it was, oh, well, this guy pressures people to drink. And because I heard the rumor, I've been like reflecting a lot. And in this instance, it was literally just, that's why I reached out today. I was like, I just want to make sure, like, we're cool. Like, I didn't just say we're cool. I'm like, are you okay? Like, you didn't just say you're okay just to like kind of move on. Like, I want to make sure you're actually okay. They're okay. I don't want to name them. Like, everything's cool. We're friends. If the one person involved is cool, the one person that it matters about, why is it public? Why are rumors being spread? Why is it like a big issue? Why is it worded like in a way that's like, you read this and like, you're like,
yeah, it's bad.
You're like, if you've experienced something bad, you're like, oh shit, like this is something on that level. It's like, no, the fuck it isn't.
Yeah. I agree with what
you
said.
Even when I talk to people, they're like, oh, well, I heard this, so I can't really take sides. I don't know what's true. I'm like, motherfucker, I was there. Like, I was there. And I have friends who were there. Like, I was there. You weren't there. Like, what are you? Maybe. The person I invited. Check DMs. The person I invited. Like, I really felt bad for them, and I really think they're a good person. And I think we're friends. 2 years ago.
If I was Nick, I'd be furious. Oh, I mean, you can tell he's holding back a lot. No, I would be absolutely furious if I was in this situation. If this is the truth, and I want to give my full opinion at the end of this.
We solved this, and we've talked since, and today I reached out to them again just because I felt bad. And they're fine. Anyways, Brack said this is not true. I know in his first document, he was like, oh, everyone's been told to shut the fuck up about it, which I just assumed that wasn't about me. And then that's why, like, at this, when I was with Alcy, he was like, well, maybe what Brack said was about you. I was like, how? Like, what the fuck? So he, like, again, I'm not blaming people. Probably a misunderstanding. Brack's heard something. Alcy heard something. I'm not here to blame people. I'm just saying the way it was worded, the way it's public for no reason, the way it's not brought to me, the way it's like a middleman telling me, the way it's like fucking this, that, I just think is weird. And it's it's not a non-issue. I don't want to like dismiss it. Like, I think I could have done better. It's just worded in a way that's like a huge fucking deal when it's just, okay, like the night was kind of cringe. Like it sucks. The person involved was okay. Everything's fine. That's what happened. And I literally was like ready to talk about this, and then also streamed and kind of mentioned it too. So it's like, okay, it lines up with what I'm fucking saying, except he was like, oh, well, maybe it was like, oh, girls plural. Also, like, I don't know, I wasn't there, but like, he wasn't in the room, but I'm pretty sure he was in the same fucking house. Like, again, my memory is fucking terrible. Ask any of my friends. Like, I'm pretty sure I went up and asked them, like, yo, I can invite this person back, right? And I was like, yeah. If not, someone else asked. Whatever. I mean, I digress. This is not important. The last things I want to say are, for this, you repeatedly emphasize how you would never side with me publicly regarding drama. This was just, I do want to take a bit of accountability for this. I don't think I should have said it to his face like that. I think it's true, and I still believe that. Unless you're like literally someone who's had my back my whole life and who I really trust, I don't really know you like that. And with us in particular, again, I don't want this to be like misconstrued as like, oh, I fucking hate Asu. I'm friends with him. I was friends with him. Now I don't know. I was friends with him.
Zy0x, you cannot keep people that dangerous in your life.
Maybe I still am. And but I was never in like the close friend group. I'm not in like their group chats. I'm not in like the close circles. And I've heard, like, I'm not gonna make this public because as fucking mature adults, I like to solve this shit privately. But like, I've heard that he said something.
The thing you gotta understand though, Zy0x, is when a matter is made public, you have to solve it publicly, right? Because if every single time somebody comes at you publicly with an accusation and you just solve it privately, well, the internet doesn't get the clarification, right? So you have to clear public issues publicly. Unfortunate enough.
Things or done some not done. I don't want to make it amp up, but said some things about me that I don't appreciate or about people that I care about. And it's made it to where I'm not fully trusting of anyone. And so I'm not gonna blindly be like, oh, I'm your white knight in this drama. Let me take the fucking blow for you. No, man. It's your fucking circus. It's not my circus, not my monkeys. Why would I fucking jump in there? And he didn't.
So the reason why other people sometimes jump in for other people is because they have experience being in a similar situation. And a lot of times for your close friends, having people go to bat for them is everything, right? And even though it's not a you problem, that shouldn't prevent you from ever wanting to make the space better for other people, your peers in the community. I think that's a pretty weak soy boy take, but that's okay. I mean, sometimes you're a soy boy. It is what it is.
Didn't expect me to, so I'm not like blaming. It's not like he said you have to. He didn't say that. Let me clarify. He didn't say that. But now he's saying like, oh, you emphasize how you never want to side with, and I shouldn't have said it so bluntly. I admit, and even I apologized to him. I remember, because after I said it, Feng was like, that was kind of an asshole thing to do. I was like, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. It was. I was just emotional because I was like, it was at a point where it's like, well, what if something blows up, or like, you know, like what if exactly this happens where it's like, well, I'm just manifesting against everyone. It's like, I don't want to have, if there's another war, I don't want to have to be like, and I said like I would, like in my chat, if people were slandering you, I'd say, no, like stop being so mean. And when we were watch partying the episode that we recorded on Jake's channel of like Brax, Atsu, Ant, Jake, and me, people are like, how are Brax and Atsu in the same room? I said to my chat, it's in the VOD, yo guys, people are adults, they can just talk things out. It wasn't awkward, and I didn't find the thing to be awkward. Like, I had a good time and it was cool, but it's not like I'm gonna like write a fucking Google Doc, because like that's not me. Unless it's like about me or it's really serious, I will, but like that's not, I'm not gonna be like, no guys, especially when I had personal, like considered you a friend. I consider you a friend, and I still do, but there were definitely some things that I heard that bothered me, and we weren't as close as you were to some other people, and that's okay. And you didn't expect me to say anything. That's just why I felt that way. And when I heard like the dirt on you, it bothered me. It made me ask a bunch of questions.
I think that's a normal reaction.
I get it. You didn't want to be the middleman or whatever, and that's fair. And I probably should have just, I don't know, man. It's just when I hear shit like that, it like fucks with me, and I want to know about it. I don't want to feel guilty when like, if there's something bad, I want to resolve it or apologize, like do something about it. And if it's just bullshit, then I don't want to worry about it. But if it's just like kind of ambiguous, and it fucks with me. Anyways, I'm sorry for getting heated. I don't want to send harassment or hate to anyone. Everyone's fine. Actually, I think everyone sucks. Like, fuck everyone. I don't care.
Okay. I do agree. Fuck everyone in this scenario.
I genuinely, this is important, I genuinely do think that Atsu's in a really rough spot and has ridden this from an emotional standpoint.
But you need to acknowledge that he put himself in that spot.
That's very difficult for him. I don't think he means it to be as dramatic as he made it out to be.
I think he exactly means that.
And I don't blame him for it.
I do blame him for it.
I blame many people for the rumors and for this being public. Even though it was solved privately 2 years ago. Reminder, 2 years ago. This wasn't yesterday, this was 2 years ago.
Unfortunately, Zy0x is incredibly naive.
And it was solved privately the day of. However, I do feel bad for him. A lot of shit happened, and I know that when you're in a dark spot, you're not thinking rationally. So I don't want people to dogpile him, because that could, you know, be a bad thing, okay? I grew up with fucking... I shouldn't bring this up, but like...
Bring it up.
I've seen drama farmers like fucking Keemstar, and then we know what happened to Etika. Like, I don't want this shit. I'm not trying...
Yeah, Etika was a great guy.
...to like make someone's life worse, okay?
He already said in this doc, if you read it, Zy0x, that he was fine.
I have no problem. I just don't want things like this to be said, especially in a word like that.
And this is the problem where when one person says, I'm in a really rough emotional spot at the beginning of a doc, later in the doc says they're fine, but nobody read the entire fucking doc, and then proceeds to call out every single creator on the entire platform, and everybody's too afraid to go against what he said due to the fact they're afraid of what he might do. And it's just, One of the worst things I've ever seen.
This, okay? I just want to make that clear. I'm gonna move on. I'm not here to like milk drama. I know it's good for views and shit. I'm not trying to
Temporary, not long term.
make a video out of this. I'm sure 18 YouTubers will.
I will.
Whoa, what happened?
And the reason why that's important, Zy0x, is because this was spread to 21 million people, right? And 21 people are looking for answers for what the fuck happened with you, bro. And unfortunately, doing a stream to 7,000 people where you're still missing 20,993,000 people that are at least looking for a response. And that's how it goes. You can't let a document go this giga viral and not give your piece. You just can't.
Explained, like okay, but like that's all. If there's anything that people want to talk about, or you heard a rumor, like I don't even know why I'm still talking. Like if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me. That's all I'm trying to say. But like this is what I just explained.
That's cap. He don't return DMs. That's just demonstrably cap. That is demonstrably cap.
And that's it. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm missing context here, but if this is true, then who is the alleged target of the SA case that Brax accused Ratsu of covering up? And who relayed that information to Brax in the first place? Because it sounds weird for R to accuse Z of SA to cover up an SA case of another person, of course. Yeah, this is just another example of a complete lack of awareness for how you phrase things, and just another byproduct of someone not understanding the damage they can cause to a community.
You pinned a chat for someone called Ganya in SFW? Now he pinned it. He's a mod. That's my he's an OG mod. He's actually a goat. I like that guy.
Is this it?
Look at Dish tweet. I really don't need to though. Like I don't know what it is, but like, and I like Dish, but like I kind of don't care. Like nothing against. Again, I like Dish, but it's like, do I really care about like what this person said this and this person said this? Like I don't, man. This is high schooler shit.
It is, however, it's going after a lot of people's careers, and that's why it's important to talk about. I think it's a high schooler take to say that talking about serious issues is problematic, rather than just addressing the issues, taking care of business, and moving the fuck forward. That's just my opinion. Now, let me give my final take on this. I believe the ball is now back in Atsu's court, and I think Atsu went after this guy's career. I think he was incredibly malicious with the way he worded things, and I think he should be ashamed for what he for the way he worded that towards Zy0x. The man is a very dangerous man. He's not aware of how much damage he can cause with his words. And there's a big difference between calling someone a mint picker and saying that someone doesn't want to play Wuthering Waves versus alleging, well, that they did crimes. I think Zy0x, I'm going to break the mold here. I think Zy0x is fine. And I think anybody worried about him for right now, unless new things come out, I think right now, I don't think there's any reason to worry about Zy0x. And I would like to say that I'm firmly in Zy0x's court, that this is some bullshit. That's what it is. In my opinion, what he said, that situation is quite literally, it's nothing. Yeah, obviously, hearing that people thought that Zy0x was pressuring people to drink, obviously not a good thing. If more people come out, we'll talk about it. But for now, I wouldn't really worry about it. I also think Zy0x could help a lot of people be in his side more if he were to have the other person at least talk about that him and Zy0x are all good. I don't know why that person would be nervous on saying that we're all good, but some people are just weird like that. That's just my take on it. To be honest, I wouldn't worry about anything. For right now, unless Atsu comes out with something else. But yeah, Atsu needs to be way more careful with his fucking words, and that's the reality.